Philadelphia's Rittenhouse Square glows under twilight streetlights. Students jog past manicured lawns while couples stroll hand in hand. Children's laughter echoes from playground swings. This sanctuary of safety harbors no secrets, or so it seems. But tonight, predatory eyes watch from the shadows. 23-year-old Shannon Schieber sits surrounded by economics textbooks, her brilliant mind conquering her Wharton PhD studies. A triple major from Duke, she represents everything her parents dreamed of. A warrior disguised as a scholar. She draws a steaming bath, textbooks balanced on the tub's edge. These are her final moments of peace, though she cannot know it. Outside her second-story window, something moves with spider-like precision, scaling the building as if gravity holds no power. The sliding glass door whispers open. Friends discover Shannon's door ajar. Books scattered like fallen leaves. A struggle written in blood across pristine walls. The brilliant student who conquered every academic challenge now lies silent, strangled, and violated. Her camera, necklace, and pen, stolen trophies for a monster. Detective Chuck Boyle stares at the blood trail leading to the balcony. This killer climbs buildings like staircases. The realization chills him. This predator has done this before. The investigation stalls. No witnesses emerge. No leads develop. No hope remains. Detective Boyle walks the same streets nightly, haunted by impossible questions. How does someone scale a second-story building without equipment? How does he select his victims? The answers feel as distant as justice itself. Shannon's parents wait by their silent phone, hoping for news that never comes. Every passing day means their daughter's killer walks free, potentially stalking new victims. Then lightning strikes. An anonymous caller shatters the silence with devastating truth about two missed earlier cases following the same pattern. The caller reveals that if investigators had connected them, Shannon might still be alive. The line goes dead, leaving investigators with a horrifying revelation. Philadelphia police had been systematically burying sexual assault cases for decades, erasing victims to polish crime statistics. Reporter Craig McCoy uncovers a cover-up spanning 20 years. Two women, same method, same predator. Their voices silenced not just by their attacker, but by the very system meant to protect them. One victim glimpsed his face through the darkness, tall, thin, athletic, mid-20s. Her terror becomes their first real lead. The sketch floods the city like wanted posters from the Old West. Undercover officers flood Philadelphia's streets. Athletic clubs face scrutiny. The city holds its collective breath. July 1999 brings FBI profilers who paint a portrait in shadows. Someone comfortable in darkness, familiar with the neighborhood, probably a voyeur escalating to violence. Then he strikes again. Victim 6. This time, he unscrews 14 bolts from burglar bars like he's solving a deadly puzzle box. Shannon's parents receive another devastating call. Another family joins their nightmare. But with it comes desperate hope. More evidence means they're closer to catching him. Detective Boyle, desperate and running out of options, contacts Kim Rosmo, an investigator who reads crime like a map. Rosmo surveys Philadelphia from a helicopter, seeing patterns invisible to ground-level investigators. He feeds 6 crime scenes into his computer. The machine calculates 1 million possibilities and generates a jeopardy surface, a heat map of evil. Orange zones mark where the predator likely lives or works. Police flood those areas with sketches, but the Center City rapist vanishes like smoke. Summer 2001. Fort Collins, Colorado. A different city. Same nightmare. Windows pried open, screens removed, pillowcases pulled over heads. 5 victims, spring and summer, just like Philadelphia. During the 5th attack, the predator makes his first mistake. Crime lab supervisor Jeff Svoboda treats the balcony railing with ninhydrin, a chemical that makes fingerprints glow purple like neon signs pointing toward justice. 3 perfect prints emerge: thumb, ring finger, little finger, a criminal's signature left in skin oil and arrogance. Fort Collins mails the prints nationwide, hoping for a miracle. In Philadelphia, a police clerk recognizes the pattern. The urgent call travels across the country, revealing that they believe their guy was the same perpetrator. DNA from Colorado matches blood from Shannon's apartment. The monster has left a trail spanning half the continent. Computer expert Lieutenant Ed Monahan partners with LexisNexis to perform digital archaeology. They search through 30,000 databases, hunting for anyone who made financial transactions in both cities. The scope staggers: credit cards, bank records, rental agreements, utility bills. They're tracking a ghost who left electronic footprints across half the continent. 319 names emerge from the digital void. Each one represents a potential killer, a life that could hide unspeakable darkness. Somewhere among these names lies Shannon's murderer. They narrow the parameters: males aged 20, 30, living near Philadelphia attack sites during the crime spree, then relocating to Colorado. Geographic patterns emerge like constellations in a crime-filled sky. 319 becomes 83. Each remaining name faces forensic scrutiny: background checks, employment records, military service. They're reverse engineering a killer's entire life. September 2001. A taunting letter arrives from the killer, claiming the investigators are fools and expressing his surprise at seeing all the police and detectives. The killer knows details only he could know. He's playing games, trying to misdirect the investigation while planning his next move. Detective Cochran refuses to take the bait. A tip arrives. A woman describes her ex-boyfriend. He matches the sketch perfectly. His name, Troy Graves, bank employee in Philadelphia, now Air Force personnel in Colorado. The timeline fits like a blood-stained glove. Philadelphia attacks end when Graves leaves for military service. Colorado attacks begin when he arrives at Fort Warren Air Base. Graves takes midnight walks when he cannot sleep. He has a history of voyeurism, reprimanded for peeping into women's rooms on base. Thin, athletic, capable of scaling buildings. Detective Neil Hissom sits across from Troy Graves in a sterile interview room. Graves appears polite, well-spoken, unassuming, the face of evil wearing a mask of normalcy. But Hissom has interviewed hundreds of suspects. He reads the spaces between words, the micro-expressions that betray guilt. Something about Graves feels wrong. Too composed, too careful with his answers. Hissom asks about a polygraph. A pause, just a heartbeat too long. Graves declines. Fingerprinting request brings hesitation. Every other suspect had agreed immediately. It was the fastest way to clear their name. But Graves resists, his discomfort palpable. Finally, Graves reluctantly agrees to fingerprinting. His hands shake almost imperceptibly as he's led to the print station. The trap is set. Fingerprint expert Miss Fulton rolls Graves' prints, paying special attention to the left hand. Her expression changes as the patterns emerge. Detective Hissom knows before she speaks. The prints match. DNA analysis confirms what the fingerprints whispered. Troy Graves left his signature in Shannon Schieber's blood. Confronted with irrefutable evidence, Graves crumbles. He confesses to 13 attacks across 2 states. Shannon Schieber was his only murder victim, the only one who fought back hard enough to wound him. At sentencing, His victims face their tormentor with raw fury and pain. Their words cut deeper than any prison bars ever could. Troy Graves receives life in prison. No possibility of parole. No possibility of redemption. Vicky and Syl Schieber preserve Shannon's room exactly as she left it. Championship ribbons hang on walls. Books remain bookmarked on pages she would never finish. Photos capture the future she would never see. The parents' grief remains fresh, an open wound that time cannot heal. To lose someone so alive, so integral to their existence, creates a horror beyond description. Kim Rossmo spreads out his geographic analysis one last time. Every attack falls along routes between Graves' apartments, his girlfriend's house, and his workplace. The predator had been hunting in his own backyard all along. Geographic profiling proved itself as just one more tool in the toolkit. Computers do not solve crimes. Detectives solve crimes. But when technology and human determination align perfectly, justice finds its way through the darkest night. The camera pulls back from Philadelphia's skyline, now peaceful again. Somewhere in a Colorado prison cell, Troy Graves serves his life sentence. Punishment for the brilliant student whose life he stole, and for the 12 other women whose nightmares he created. Shannon Schieber's death was not in vain. Her case revolutionized multi-jurisdictional investigations, proving that monsters can run, but they cannot hide from the combined power of forensic science and relentless determination. Evil leaves a trail, and eventually, that trail leads home.